Well, hello. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I feel like fall is in the air, so of course I'm gonna throw some fall scented. Whoa! Did this get shut off? There's still stuff in here from yesterday. Okay, first of all, it smells amazing. You know what I used? The Pumpkin King from Magic Candle Company. I don't know what it's supposed to smell like. These are supposed to be like scents from the Disney World theme parks and like rides and stuff. I don't know what Hocus Pocus is supposed to smell like, but these are the fall scents. Anyway, remember when I told you that I don't know how many months I paid for and whatever? Anyway, I was on a subscription for 6 months at a time. I think I did a whole year, if not 18 months. I don't even know. Wait, did this one break too? I just got this. Don't love that. I got this set for Eleanor's room. Okay, there it goes. Anyway, I put it in here because mine died and I'm mad about it, but I want to diffuse some oils. If it smells like fall, it feels like fall, and actually does feel like fall outside. The air is slightly more crisp, maybe 5 degrees cooler. In the mornings, it feels really nice. I'll take Wolfgang outside and play, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it feels so good. I almost need a little jacket, you know? Almost, but not really.
Not really, Josie.
With the Magic Candle Company box, I got 4 every single month. And during the fall time, they would send like fall scents, Christmas scents, springtime, more springtime scents, if they even exist. I loved it. Well, pros and cons, but I have all the fall scents that I want now, but my credit card expired. So they've been emailing, oh, sorry, we can't process your payment. I'm like, good, I don't think I need it anymore. It was like a happy accident that I was forced to be canceled. I have all the fall scents that I love, and when I run out, I'll buy the scents that I do enjoy, but for now, I think I'm like fully stocked, you know? And this smells absolutely incredible. I don't know why it turned off. There must be like a timer on here. I need it to go all night long, all right? Anyway, today I'm gonna get some stuff done around the house. I wish I could open the windows. That's when it's for real fall for us, but that doesn't happen until January. I have some fun fall treats to bake. I'm excited. We're having some people over tonight, so I'm gonna make some treats and then some like an appetizer and then a dinner. I don't know if I'll feed everyone or just our family. But before I show you that, I got some fall clothes too. Let me show you. My ThredUp order came in the mail. Huge thanks to ThredUp for sponsoring this video. Huge thanks to you for supporting me when I have sponsored content. You guys know I'm constantly shopping on ThredUp, and they make it so easy to shop secondhand, shop sustainably. It's affordable, it's good for the environment, and it's good for me because I feel like I'm trying to figure out what my style is, and I feel like I got a lot of great pieces, and ThredUp just makes it really easy for me to scroll their website and search. Now they have some amazing features where you can not only search descriptions of items and sort through the filters for certain sizes, or let's say you're shopping for a top. Do you want it short sleeve, 3/4 sleeve, long sleeve, crew neck, V-neck? All the options on there. They make it really easy to narrow down your search. You can search by color, like the filters go on, and they have all the great brands on their website. I get most of my athletic clothes from ThredUp. I like Fabletics, I like Lululemon, Aloe. They're really expensive, and I can find them for a fraction of the cost on ThredUp. It saved me so much money. Sometimes I'm shopping in the store and I'm like, oh, this is so expensive. I will pull up the ThredUp app and search exactly the same item, and it comes up on ThredUp, and I'm like, add to cart, buy now. I did get some athletic pieces. I've been pickleballing a lot, so I got some athletic skirts. This one's Fabletics. I also grabbed some Aloe leggings. They're literally coming in today. But this outfit that I'm wearing, I am loving. The top is Abercrombie. It retails at $103. Come on. So I got it for $28, and then paired beautifully with these Zara shorts. I love that they fit. They retail for $45, but I got them for $11.55. Also, let me pop these shoes on real quick. As you can see, they are literally brand new, never been worn. The brand is Everlane. I love this brand. I'm gonna pop these on because they're so dang cute. This is Florida fall fashion for you, by the way. But these Everlane shoes retail for $150, but I got them for $56. Let me pop on something else. And let me tell you, I have plenty to choose from. Or I could pop on this skirt that I got from ThredUp. The brand is Madewell. The estimated retail price of this is $95, but I got it from ThredUp for $23. But I can also throw on this one that's also Abercrombie & Fitch, retails for $50+ but I got it from ThredUp for $12.80. I mean, I'm screaming fall over here. I also got this white 100% cotton Madewell top. I love the button detailing. The estimated retail price for this is $45, but I got it from ThredUp for $22.99. I did get some more bodysuits. I could wear it with this one from Altered State. The estimated retail value of this is $75, but I got it from ThredUp for $13.05. If I decided to wear this cream top with these brown Abercrombie shorts, the estimated retail value are $65, but I got them for $23.20. It's giving all the fall vibes. Or I could wear them with this cute checkered Madewell top. The estimated retail value of this is $88, but I got it from ThredUp for $26.40. So adorable. I feel like I'm putting together a capsule wardrobe over here. I think this green skirt is so much cuter that I got from Altered State is the brand. The estimated retail value of this is $57, but I got it from ThredUp for $12.80. It's so adorable, but hear me out. What do you think about this Maple top with it instead? The estimated retail value of this is $65, but I got it from ThredUp for $10.77. What's that? It needs a handbag? You're totally right, it does. How about this one from J. Crew? The estimated retail value on this is $198. What? I got it from ThredUp for just $30. It's all leather, looks really good. I love this. What? You don't really like this top? Hold on. Well, do you like this Madison sweater vest? The estimated retail value of this is $64, but I got it brand new with tags for $16.80. So darling, sweater vests are all the rage right now. Perfect for my fall wardrobe. I'm loving this whole ensemble. But wait, there's more. I fell in love with this MNG dress. It's a Nordstrom brand. I'm not really sure how to pronounce it, but the estimated retail value of this is $64, but I got it for $30 from ThredUp. I love the length, I love the fit. I think it's so darling. And guess what else? Just came in the mail, literally fresh off the truck. That's right, the aloe leggings that I just ordered. They literally feel brand new. I love this color for fall. I got a couple more pieces I'm gonna share on Instagram, but if you're looking to freshen up your fall wardrobe, check out ThredUp. You can use my link in the description box below.
And my code is WADS50
to get 50% off of your first order and free shipping. Huge deal. I love ThredUp so much. They've got it all. Kids clothes, shoes, handbags, accessories, workout gear, like literally you name it, search it, you're gonna find it. All right, let's head to the kitchen and whip some stuff up. So I've compiled a few good fall recipes to share with you. I actually have a very extensive list. But I'm going to make like a fall what's for dinner. I don't know, that's the plan. But today all the recipes are fall inspired, and the first one I'm going to throw together, really simple, a crowd pleaser for sure. I've made it once before for like Christmas, but it was 5 years ago and it was a completely different recipe, kind of. Completely, it's debatable. They're sausage balls, but this has a twist ingredient which I feel like is going to make it taste even better. So a typical sausage ball calls for like Bisquick pancake mix, pancake waffle mix. This one calls for the Red Lobster Cheddar Bay biscuit mix. I actually, oh my gosh, I filmed it, but I never shared. I filmed like a whole video full of recipes, but they were all like just okay. None of them were good, and I was like, I'm not sharing this. So anyway, one of those recipes, I made homemade Cheddar Bay biscuits. I have the seasoning and everything. They were by the mix, okay? I don't know what kind of magic they put in here. Probably full of chemicals, probably full of GMOs, but boy, do they taste good. So to the sausage, I have a pound of sausage, and honestly, I got inspired to make this recipe. I saw a recipe reel. It did not have the recipe in the description box. I didn't even listen to the video with the sound on. I'm just hoping I have the ratios correct. A pound of sausage has a ton of flavor in there, and then a block of cream cheese going right in. 1 box of the Cheddar Bay biscuit. Just the dry ingredients. I should probably mix that together. Also calls for like, I don't know, a handful of cheddar cheese. She used straight cheddar. I'm using what I have on hand, so I just buy this from Costco, the Mexican style blend. And then I'm just going to mix it up with my bare hands. Oh wait, that's not it. It calls for more. Hold on, I'm gonna mix this first and then add it. Okay, this totally seems like the right portion size for everything, but there's one more ingredient. Let me wash my hands. It calls for some green onions, and I really love that onion flavor, so I'm probably going to do more than it calls for. Not that we even know, you know, measurement sizes anyway. This actually looks like the perfect amount. I'm just gonna throw it all in there. Yeah. Actually, I feel like you could do a little bit more. Side note, I'm trying to drink through this. Oh, it's like torture. I'm trying to get more protein into my diet, and I don't know how people reach their protein goals. Not that I'm like counting, but I'm more aware of it. Just trying not to eat like brownies for breakfast, that's all. I kind of feel like I could use some more cheese, so I'm gonna do another handful, just a scant handful. Hey, I was trying to tidy up a little bit, and I found the packet of seasoning that came with the Cheddar Bay biscuits in the box. I didn't even know that was a thing. So I'm gonna dump the seasonings in here too, because I was thinking, what kind of seasonings am I gonna put in here? Salt, pepper, the sausage has a lot, the Cheddar Bay has enough, I guess the green onions. But anyway, that seasoning, I feel like a little bit goes a long way. I can already smell it wafting. A word of advice, use a hand mixer because this is not it. I have a little cookie scoop, and I'm just going, this is probably like a tablespoon. So I'm just going to scoop them onto a sheet pan. And I have the oven set to 411 degrees, and I'm gonna cook them for, I don't know, around 20, 25, 30 minutes, just until they're golden brown.
These sausage bites, I almost forgot what I was making, but they're sausage balls, bites, whatever you want to call them, a rose by any other name. Delicious. It was a nice welcomed treat. And when I say treat, I mean other than sugary. You know, it was more savory, obviously, because it's sausage. But I did like the flavors of it. I'm not sure if it made a huge difference using the, you know, cheddar cheese bay biscuit versus Bisquick, but it was a good time to test it out. It was delicious nonetheless. They tasted similar to what I remember them tasting like. And then, of course, we added all the herbs too. And I really think that is what made the biggest difference. But overall, they were a hit and a half. Delicious. None left by the end of the night. I'll tell you that much.
Once again, this is why you don't declutter stuff, okay? I'm even thinking, you know, going through some stuff in the kitchen. And in my head, I'm so excited for when I get to declutter this kitchen and kind of like rearrange things and get rid of stuff I don't use. But then things like this happen. The next recipe is like an apple, I don't know what it's called, apple crisp something. Very simple, 2-ish ingredients, and then sugar, cinnamon, and maybe something to put on top, maybe like an egg wash or milk, whatever. So really just a few ingredients. I'm sure you have them all on hand, maybe if you keep puff pastry in your freezer, which I hope you did, but I hope the one that you have in your freezer you bought 5 years ago, because now they're $6. I can't. Every time I go to the store, I discover something new and I'm like, that used to be. Speaking of $6, a bag of chocolate chips is also $6. I've got the biggest GMO apples that I could find at the supermarket, love calling it that. And you know, I don't think she peeled her apple. No, she did not. All right, let's go with that. She puts a little fall leaf on there. Look how cute it is. And I saw that and I was like, heck yeah, I have those fall leaves. I know I do because I bought them. I can picture where I used to store them in my old house 4 years ago, but I maybe decluttered them well before I moved. I don't know, because I probably used them once and then never again. So, you know, what are you gonna do about it? I'm slicing the apple. I'm getting pretty hunky chunks out of it. Oh, that one was kind of not a hunky chunk. I'm doing my best. So once I have them cut, oh, more bad news. I just want to cry. Oh, even more bad news. I think I also decluttered my apple core. Oh no, here it is. Okay. Finally. I had to get rid of my icing tips, which is what she uses to kind of core the apple. All of mine were breaking because they were getting stuck in the garbage disposal. So annoying. All right, this is not big enough, but whatever. I'll make it work, or I'll look for something else. Give me a second. Everybody, rock your body. All right, I've got my apple, and this is slightly bigger than the apple core. Just gonna punch a hole out in the middle.
Oh my gosh, the amount of time, energy, and effort I spent on making these things does not equal how delicious they were in the end. Like, make an apple pie. I don't know what I was, like, obviously they're a lot cuter if you're only making one thing. And here's the thing. If you're going to a party, you're bringing one dish and this is it for you, yeah, not that bad. But when you're making like 5 different recipes in one day and you have 700 other things happening that day, like, this may not be the recipe you want to choose. It's time consuming. It takes time. I thought, ooh, I'll take one and it'll wrap around the whole apple. I don't know what I was thinking. Have I ever taken a physics class? Apparently not, because it took like 3 strips to wrap around the entire apple. And then I thought, did I not make the hole big enough? Like, I got to the point where it was just too much puff pastry in that middle there. I needed a bigger hole. Oh my gosh. I needed so many things to make this recipe perfect, like what I saw on the Instagram reel. And here's the thing, like, obviously we see things on these reels, or at least I can speak for myself. I see these things and they make it look so easy and effortless, and it's a 15-second clip and you're like, yeah, I could do that. Not thinking about the amount of time it actually takes to create these masterpieces. So keep that in mind. It is a labor of love. They did turn out fantastic. I didn't even finish them correctly, and I honestly gave up. I did 4 and I was like, forget this, okay? So I just made my own kind of like apple turnover, if you will. I diced up the apples, rolled them in the cinnamon and sugar, called it a day. Rolled it up like a pie and made a couple slits on top, and it was just as delicious as the rings. A little less puff pastry, and if I'm being honest, that's my favorite part. I put a little milk wash over top just to let it brown up a little bit, and these were gobbled up. 0 left behind. Well, that was a fail and a half. Like, I thought, oh my gosh, this one will be so quick and easy. I'll get through it and I'll be able to. But that took me forever. They didn't even look good. I only made like 1 of them. It's gonna be fine. I'm sure they're gonna come out of the oven smelling great, tasting great. I threw them in. We'll know in like 15 minutes or so. Made a mess looking for cookie cutters that don't even exist in my house anymore. By the way, I'm like, so, if anything, this is making me more hungry because I'm like, ooh, I don't even, If you've never had this, it tastes like melted ice cream, which is probably alluring for those of you who like ice cream, but like, All right, this next dish I'm gonna throw together is dinner, and my contacts are getting so blurry. I don't know what's happening. Pretty basic, maple roasted chicken with sweet potatoes. And I walked by the sweet potatoes like 3 times at the grocery store today. You know what? I can't wait to go to Trader Joe's. I feel like this week they're putting their fall stuff out, so I'll go next week. When you see this, I'll go like in a few days. And I'm so pumped about it because I'm pretty sure they have mashed sweet potatoes frozen. I can't confirm. In my head they do. It might just be normal potatoes. Anyway, this is a sheet pan meal. Prep it, toss it, do whatever the heck you want for like 30 minutes, I assume, maybe longer, because it calls for bone-in chicken thighs, which, like, drooling, I'm so hyped. 1 medium apple, perfect. I'm gonna chop this up. Nothing goes so fast. All right, quick, easy sheet pan meal. Man, I used to make these all the time, and I'm getting back into it because they're quick and easy. And tonight we have a busy night. We've got piano, gymnastics, volleyball practice, soccer. I need to look at the calendar. Dance classes, but they're stacked, so that's nice. And then pickleball. So a lot going on. I'm gonna rinse these up, and I'm a huge fan of sweet potatoes. And I love that they're more prevalent in like fall recipes. I used to make these all the time. I don't know what happened. You know what happened? I feel like Costco stopped selling the huge bag. I can't blame it on that. One time I bought a bag from Trader Joe's, put it in my pantry, forgot that I put it in my pantry. And then one day I went in there, probably like a month or 2 later, what's that smell? And it was the sweet potatoes that I like shoved in a corner. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know what I'm doing. Hold on, let me read. Well, I'm gonna make it slightly different than the way she does. She cooks the chicken, like sears it. I don't think that's necessary. So personally, I'm gonna skip that step, but I'm sure it'll taste better if you do it. So I'm just gonna start by
chopping up, dicing up, I guess, pretty big hunky chunks of sweet potatoes. You know, I need a bigger cutting board. I'm just gonna shove that aside because I am going to mix it with some seasonings and oil. Sometimes I do it straight on the pan, but especially if it's gonna be cooking in the oven for a long period of time. Sometimes my oven gets a little smoky and I tend to go slightly overboard with my oil. So I'm gonna do it the old-fashioned way and dirty a bowl this time. I also have an onion to chop up and an apple. And I gotta tell you, I just got a text and I was talking to a mom earlier today, the same day, 2 birthday invitations on the same week that Wolfgang has his birthday party and I'm hosting a baby shower. So, gonna be a busy week and 'tis the season for all the stinking birthday parties. If you have young kids, I feel like as they get older, that's when, well, I say that, but really Avelina like invites the entire class and she's my oldest. I guess it depends on your child, but sometimes as they get older, the birthday parties get smaller and you don't invite the entire class and... Wait, what is that alarm for? Surely it's not the apples. Oh my gosh. And they look beautiful. Alexa, cut it out. Truth, dare, spin, bottles.
Look how stinking beautiful. It's nice and crunchy, nice and poofy, nice. Look, these, I'm not gonna lie, look so much better than I thought they were going to look. They don't have the cute little leaf, but I'll get over it. Even this one, I'm like, are these apples cooked? I don't know, they feel kind of soft in there. That was literally 15 minutes, I think. That's it. All right, I'm gonna let them cool on the tray.
I will deal with those in a minute. I was reading the most popular birthdays, like the most popular day to have a baby, and it's like all September. There's one date that is, I wanna say like June or July, but most of them are like the top 10 or 15 birth dates are in September. I mean, I don't even know if it's true, but that's what I read online, so it's gotta be true, right? I'll tell you something though, in Meredith's class, 100 birthday parties in October. What? I'm not exaggerating. The entire class, every single student. Not a dramatization. I feel like some people skin their sweet potatoes, and I just, you know, that's where the nutrients are. It has nothing to do with the fact that I'm too lazy to do it, you know? All right, moving on to my apples. I'm gonna dice these up the same size. Looking good, feeling good. Moving on to the onion. You gotta leave the toupee on. I'm gonna do the onions in big hunky chunks. Okay. So to a bowl, a little bit goes a long way, I hope. 1 tablespoon of oil. Oh my gosh, you closed this. I can't get my maple syrup open. This is a little ridiculous, actually. You know when sugar crystallizes? I feel like that's what happened. Oh, what's the secret? I hit my finger. I meant to hit the top. Not that that's gonna do anything. I should probably put it under warm water. This is ridiculous. It's true. Yeah, Scouts honor. I used to have a grippy thing. I don't know where anything is. You already know, babe. Oh, I got it. You know, you just keep trying. That's all you can do. Never gonna get it, never gonna get it, never gonna get it. That's the vanilla bean, don't worry about it. I'm gonna go a little heavy-handed on this 3rd tablespoon here. Good. A little more olive oil too. I feel like that simply is not enough. And then a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. I'm actually gonna add more than that. I feel like potatoes need a lot of seasoning. Give that a mix. I'm just gonna throw everything in here and get it coated evenly. I should have got my big Bertha bowl. Doesn't this look festive? So cute, it smells good too. I feel like a touch of cinnamon would also elevate this. I'm gonna put a little greenery here and get a clip of it, make it look, you know, cutesy. I grabbed my mint. Oh, that could have been a catastrophe. Okay, for a second I thought, oh, I didn't buy sage. Oh, look how beautiful. You know what they say, fresh herbs, elevate a dish, you know? Doesn't it look elevated just sitting on the piece of wood? I'm just saying, okay? I'm gonna coat everything in that mixture. Once this is all good and coated, I'm gonna toss it onto a sheet pan. And then I'm gonna get the chicken thighs. So I've got chicken thighs, and I'm so glad that I'm doing this recipe because these chicken thighs have been in my freezer for probably a little bit too long. It's just a whole thing to eat them, you know? So I'm gonna nestle these in between all the veggies. Absolute perfection. I'm gonna spray the tops of these. You could just brush on some olive oil, but I feel like this is just an easier way to do that. And then sprinkle it. That's just to make sure that it's gonna brown nicely in the oven. And then just a little bit of salt and pepper on each one, or whatever seasonings you want. I feel like a poultry seasoning would be a good addition to this. Ooh, you know what else? Buttery steakhouse. I'm doing it. I got a little bit of pepper. That's a lot better. A little bit less on this one. Buttery steakhouse is my favorite. It doesn't get enough love in this household. I used to use it all the time. This is what I'm talking about. Is this even the same thing? Buttery poultry blend. Didn't it used to be called Buttery Steakhouse? Am I losing my mind? A rose by any other name, I assume. Sprinkle that on liberally. It's so good. All right, into the oven. I'm gonna cook this. It's at 411 degrees, just until it's done, you know, 30 minutes or so. Oh wait, I forgot. I have some sage leaves here. I'm just going to give these a rough chop and then sprinkle those over. Almost cut my finger a little bit. I was looking for the thyme. I'm not even gonna lie, this thyme looks a little crusty, but still good. Ooh, actually, maybe this is like more fresh than what I'm used to. I don't know. I'm gonna take some of the thyme leaves off of the stem, and this is gonna add a ton of flavor. I need an herb garden. That's what I need in my life. I'm just unsure I have the mental capacity to keep up with it. Maybe next year. I can only do what I can do. All right, taking the time, I'm gonna sprinkle it over the entire dish. Smells delicious. And then same with the sage, just sprinkle that over the whole pan. Magical. I'm gonna tell you right now, it smells like Thanksgiving. I'm gonna tell you I'm real excited about it. A one dish wonder. Ooh, I'm ready for dinner. Raw meat never looks so good is all I'm saying. She's beauty and she's grace. Well, you know what's next. After dinner, I'm gonna eat a sweet treat. And this is actually like rave reviews, the world's best. You know how people do. You have to try this recipe. It changed my life. And I'm like, bet, doing it. So this is pumpkin chocolate chip bread or something of the nature. You guys, I'm trying to choke this down. It's almost gone. It's also room temperature. Ugh. So it starts off the way that every good recipe starts, with 2 sticks of butter. I'm actually doubling the recipe, so remind me, because I'll probably forget that I'm doubling. I'm also kind of Frankensteining the sticks of butter together. These are not softened, but apparently you're supposed to melt them, so here we go. While that's melting, you know what else this recipe calls for? 1 can of pumpkin. Are you ready for it? This is what we wait all year for. That first crack of pumpkin. Ah, it smells gross, not gonna lie. People hype it up, but really, the main attraction should be cinnamon. Cinnamon, all things. Alex is walking around, he's like, oh my gosh, it smells amazing. I'm like, it's the cinnamon, you know? Well, this is good enough. I'm gonna throw in 2 cups of sugar. You know, I thought the original recipe, oh, this isn't enough. Like, you know, as if I need more. But I'm sure it would have been fine. I'm gonna whisk this together for a couple of minutes. Look how light and fluffy that looks. It's actually amazing. I'm going to add in 1.5 cups of pumpkin. And I'm intrigued, is this a whole can? I'm thinking it's the whole can. You know, now we both know 1 can equals 1.5 cups of pumpkin. I don't know why they wouldn't just say, hey, 1 can of pumpkin. Plop that in. Oh no, I'm doubling. Thanks, I need 2 cans. You just saved me there because I totally forgot. And then I'm gonna crack in 4 eggs, 2 at a time. You can do it, just try. And then 1 cup of Greek yogurt. This is like an oil replacement. It adds some protein. Gotta do something to make it slightly healthy to combat all that sugar, right? I'm tossing some cinnamon in. And I have some pumpkin pie spice. I'll throw some of that in too. It's not my favorite, but you know what? I really like this brand.
Depends on the brand. I'm saying. 4 teaspoons. That's really like a tablespoon, right? Of baking powder. Looks good. I'm actually gonna add a little bit more cinnamon. I feel like that wasn't enough. Like, how about a little bit more? 'Tis the season, you know? And then a little bit of salt. Not that much, calm down. I'm not that crazy. That looks good. I'm gonna give that a mix. Well, let's see if it can handle any more. Add in 1 3/4 cup, but twice of flour. These are my new measuring cups that I got for my birthday. Thank you so much. And she fits. Mix it up. That's good enough because I'm going to add a whole bag of chocolate chips. There should be about 2 cups in there. And then mix that up. Yeah! Add some nuts if that's your thing. I would love to, but we have allergies in my house, so I'm not gonna do that to this recipe. But I have a couple of options for pans. Okay, well, I'm debating about the loaf pan situation. I have a normal loaf pan. I have those mini loaf pans, which are absolutely amazing, and I love them so much. Not that I know where they are or anything. But I actually have an autumn loaf pan that I don't get to use all year long. It's also not in my kitchen. I'm hoping I put it away with my fall decor. So, do I rifle through all of that to try to look for it? Or, I think I have to. I think I have to, right? Okay. Reporting back. Completely defeated. I didn't want to give up, but I feel like I had to. I have to leave to pick up Avelina. And I was like, I pulled down the autumn bin, not in there. I pulled down Thanksgiving bin, not in there. I was like, okay, it's gotta be in a Halloween bin where I have like the Halloween stuff with like the cooking stuff. I pulled down like 2 Halloween bins. They weren't in there. There was a dollhouse. I mean, my garage is like a hoarder's haven. We've got dollhouse. I have a little table out there. I'm about to redo Meredith's room, so all the furniture, all the crap, all the stuff that I've decluttered is out there from redoing, you know, everyone's closets, and Eleanor is built in, so needless to say, there's junk everywhere. I can barely move. I shouldn't have been lazy. I should have just moved the car because I'm like stuck in between like this amount of space. I do not recommend. I tried really hard, but ultimately a failure. Just came out of the oven. I had it in for 30 minutes. It smells like Thanksgiving dinner. Like, it smells so good. The chicken looks amazing. It's got a nice crispy skin on there. Seasoned to absolute perfection. I could dive into this. The potatoes feel really nice. Let this cool and then we'll eat it up. I just looked again because I can't be a quitter. I can't give up. I have to, anyway, still empty-handed. I can't find it. I'm like, literally 15 minutes, pure sweat. This is ridiculous. Where did I put it? It's probably in a Christmas bin. That's my guess.
You know, it has been a couple of months since I've told myself in my head, oh, this weekend I'll take the tote out or whatever, decorate for fall. And then I forget how stacked our weekends are. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I have yet to do that. In my mind, I'm like, oh, I'll decorate when Trader Joe's brings their stuff out, because that's really the initial sign of fall and all things autumn. I'm hoping to do that next week, so we'll see. And then maybe next weekend, how many more times will I say that? Next weekend, I'll take the fall stuff out. It'll be perfect. I need to just jump the gun and do it. And that way I'll have everything that I need. All my autumn pans, and I can almost guarantee you they're in a Christmas bin, because I probably put them away when I put the Christmas stuff away, you know what I mean? Or maybe there was excess space in it. Like, I never know. I need to be better about organizing, just in general, you know? I am a type B mom. But really, it's a type D, okay? C, D, E, F, G, I don't even know. Definitely not type A. In my mind, when I was a child, probably type A. Like, I made sure all my socks were matched and rolled up in my dresser drawer and not touching anything. You know what I mean? But as a mom of 5, I'm like, do we even have matching socks? Do we even have socks at all at this point, okay? That's where my life is. And I've just come to accept it. one child at a time. It didn't happen all at once, I'll tell you that much. Anyway, I used to, a little tidbit, a little insight on my life. I used to be called very regimented and, what was the word that my family used to call me? It was a negative connotation about how strict I was, okay? And I was like, listen, like, I'm trying to figure this all out. I have none of you people to help me out, okay? And you're going to call me names? I don't think so. And then little by little, I became a little more lax. And then here I am, eating off the floor most days. Okay, so I put those things together. I showed you, I'm throwing a load of laundry in, trying to get a stain out of my shirt. I used the rest of this Missy Mouse or whatever the heck it's called. And you know what people don't tell you about this? It's a miracle it gets everything out. First of all, it doesn't get everything out. And second of all, you have to use like the entire bottle. Like, is it worth it? First of all, it's expensive. So if a couple spritz will do it, that's good. But I feel like I have to use the entire bottle. It doesn't get every single stain out. I don't even know what stain was on my shirt, but it is still there. So that's all I'm going to say about that. The pumpkin bread was amazing. I did make way too much of it. Don't double the recipe. It makes plenty with just the one batch. There's my takeaway. And I think we're going to move on and make something else.
The after school chaos. Love it, love it. All the hustle and bustle of eating everything. The last dessert that I'm gonna throw together are soft, chewy pumpkin oatmeal cookies, maple frosting. Wow, is that a mouthful? And hopefully it tastes delicious. Here's the plan. 10 minutes, whip these up. And then try to tidy the house, mostly laundry room, a couple bathrooms, run Eleanor to dance, come home, and then try to tidy up a little bit more. We'll see how much I get to. 2 sticks of butter going in here, and then 1.5 cups of brown sugar, and 1/2 cup of white sugar. I need to find my paddle attachment. I've been really good about doing the dishes as the day goes on, so my sink is clear. Mix this together, cream it. I think this is as good as we're gonna get. I'm gonna add 1 cup of pumpkin, 2 eggs, one-handed. Oh wait, I thought I got a shell. I think it was the reflection. Wait, is there a shell? Or am I losing my mind? I'm good, I'm good. A little splash of vanilla. Mix this up. Now for the dry ingredients, 2.5 cups of flour, along with 1 teaspoon of baking soda. And then to make it special, we've got the cinnamon going in, maybe a little bit more. And then some pumpkin pie spice, sprinkle that in too. Just a little bit less of that. Oh, smells so good. How about a little more? Oatmeal, because these are oatmeal cookies, which is why I'm making them. I did have pecan cookies on the list, and I love pecans, but I have a daughter who's allergic, and I was like, you know what? I should probably save that to make on a day that she has a sleepover or something. So 3 cups of that, and mix this all together. Plus, we love an oatmeal cookie. So good, so underrated. Okay, that looks amazing. So last time, I don't know if something's going on with my mixer or if I left it on the counter, but the top half of the batter was really thick and the bottom was really loose. Yeah, that's not the same issue I'm having with this one. This one is nice and thick all around. Exactly how an oatmeal cookie should be. And I'm just gonna scoop these out and then cook them. What does it say? 350, 12 to 15 minutes.
These cookies, let me tell you something right now, absolutely delicious. I love a good oatmeal cookie. Avelina loves a good oatmeal cookie, so I'm always looking for a good oatmeal cookie recipe. This is definitely it. And bonus points, Avelina loves all things pumpkin spice, like she is that girl. I, unfortunately, am not. Like, I'm not a huge proponent of it. I'm like, okay, I'll eat it if it is, but I don't really go after it. I couldn't, I'm not a huge pumpkin pie gal. Apple pie, maybe a slice or 2 or 3. But you get what I'm trying to say. Like, but even with that, these cookies were delicious. They were nice and, I don't know if chewy is the right word, fluffy, cakey, more cakey than chewy. When people try to describe cookies, I get crispy. I don't understand what they mean when they say chewy. Because when I think chewy, I think Tootsie Roll, and I don't want a cookie to be like a Tootsie Roll, Anyway, so especially with the icing, double up on the icing. I say that all the time. It didn't cover all of the cookies, like not even at all. I guess if you use a thin amount, I did put a substantial amount of icing on each cookie, so that's probably on me. But I'm doing good ratios over here. You know, I'm not going to skimp out on the icing just because I didn't make enough. That's not fair to you to eat them. But I will say, if you're making these cookies, did I double the batch? Maybe that's what happened. I doubled the batch of cookies and didn't double the batch. I don't think I doubled the batch. I don't remember at this point. Anyway, double the icing, double the fun, double the pleasure. Remember that commercial? How does it go? I forgot. Double the pleasure, double the fun. That's a statement of a great man with double income. Yeah. Wow. Why do I remember that and nothing important in my life? Okay. Anyway, the cookies were grand. I would make them. Make sure you throw enough icing on there is my only takeaway. And also, I don't want to compare them to crumble because I know some people don't like crumble cookies, but they were delicious. And I would honestly compare them to a good crumble. And I have moved on to tidying up my kitchen. And then I tidied up. I'm throwing another load in. I'm not really sure. This is just, I'm taking you around my day. Like, I don't do laundry all at once all the time. I don't like clean my whole house all at once. I do it little bits and pieces at a time. I'm sorry. I'm trying to text someone and it's just, you know how when people say you can't multitask? Yeah, I definitely can't. I'm like texting and I can't focus on what I'm saying. Okay. Anyway, laundry time. My laundry room, pros and cons. How are you doing with back to school? Let me just ask you that because I think it's underrated. All of the, like even last week, we're 4 weeks into school and they're still doing events. And I love that our kids' school is so involved and like, hey, let's do a parent chit chat. And then we get together right after we drop off our kids. And it's so nice to be able to connect and like talk to the teachers and all this stuff. So I love that they do it, but also I'm like, oh my gosh, my calendar's booking. Okay, just got Eleanor to dance. Alex is going to bring the little kids home from gymnastics, and then Avelina is going to go to volleyball. And that is the busyness. This is our busy evening. Not every evening is like this, thank goodness. But I was checking an email I got, and talk about stacking up, okay? Anyway, this morning I got an email that was like, hey, you have to order a warm-up jacket. First of all, if you're a dance mom, round of applause to you. Okay, I'm just tipping my toe in this world now since she's on the competition teams. And all the other moms are like, did you get the hotel room? I'm like, literally, I am a type D mom. I'll get a hotel room. They're like, they're gonna fill up and I'm like, I'll get there when I get there. I literally don't have the mental capacity to deal with that right now. And this was like the day after we were told about, the competition dates and all of this. And it's overwhelming. So I think a little bit I'm disassociating, but also there's like so many things you have to order and all these things to fill out and like it's so much paperwork and information. It's information overload for sure, situation lost control style. Anyway, short story long, they sent me an email this morning and was like, hey, I see that you have yet to order a jacket. And I was like, oh crap, I thought I meant to do that. I thought I did do it. I guess I never submitted it. And I know I waited longer than I meant to because I wanted her to try this jacket sizes on the sample sizes to see what sizes she needs, because I don't know. Who the heck knows? Everything is different sizes these days. Like in a t-shirt, she's a child small, but in a jacket, she's a child large, just for reference. And by the way, the jacket is over $100. Like, well up, like, and I'm like, are you sure about that? It's crazy. I'm like, is this necessary? I guess if you're a teen, you gotta do it, okay? Good thing is, they last for a couple years. You don't have to get a new one every year, but obviously she's new to team dance, so that's why she's getting one. I digress. You guys, I wrote an email, hey, I've yet to fill it out, I'm so sorry, because I was supposed to order it. I got the email, I was just catching up on them over the weekend. I got the email like last Friday, and then it was a holiday weekend, so it was longer than usual. And anyway, I went to fill out the order form and I was like, oh, sorry, you can't complete this anymore. It's past the due date. And I was like, that is my life.
So I emailed trying to see if they could just throw in one more order, and they got back to me and was like, oh, actually that email was sent to you by mistake. You actually did order a jacket. The relief I feel right now. I just wrote back, oh, thank goodness, like I can't keep anything. I feel like I can't keep up with anything these days. So I'm glad that I at least got that done. And I feel like for the most part, I get it all done, but it's always like in a hectic haze. So anyway, throw in one more load in and I should be a little more caught up, and then the kids need to do theirs. And then we have this smelly blanket. I don't know if I shared this with you, but this smelly blanket got left in the wash for a little bit too long. So now it just smells like mildew. It's real cute. All right, I'm gonna run to the kitchen, make some icing for the cookies. Remembering him comes in flashbacks and echoes. Tell myself it's time now. Gotta let go. And on with him is impossible. Look at this pumpkin palooza we've got happening over here. Loving the vibe and the colors and the goodness. So the pumpkin loaves are done. Delicious. The apple things, I feel like I could drizzle these with something, but I probably won't. Dinner, cookies, sausage balls. The oven is off. I'm gonna make the icing for these cookies. Oh wait, the oven is off. I need to put one more tray in. We have plenty of dough left. I'm hoping these cookies are done. I'll just crack one open and find out. We took these out in a rush, trying to get Eleanor to dance. Are they ooey gooey? No, they're good. All right, that'll be our sample cookie. So for the icing for these cookies, it starts with some butter, half a stick, and I'm gonna soften this in the microwave. Half a stick of cream cheese, and that is nice and soft. It's been sitting out for maybe a little too long. I'm gonna mix this together. Nice and creamed. I'm going to add just a splash of vanilla. If I had vanilla bean paste, this would be perfect for it. All those beautiful specks of vanilla. I do have a bean, but I just I don't have the time. 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, a 1 and a 2. Uh-oh, is that bad now? That is the best maple syrup. Oh, it's so good. I get it from Costco and it's vanilla bean infused. Perfection. I don't even like syrup. Nails on a chalkboard. I'm out of powdered sugar. I need to find more. All right, 2 cups of powdered sugar going in. 2, perfect. And if I need to loosen this up, I can just add a touch more maple syrup. It's gonna seem dry, but just keep mixing. Okay, beautiful, creamy, dreamy maple icing.
Now that I see it, I don't think I doubled the cookie recipe, and you need to double this icing recipe. Even if it's just not this icing, even if you get a can of icing, like cream cheese. I'm not a huge fan of the cream cheese icing, but Alex said, this icing tastes different. Like, you've never made this before. And I was like, no, I haven't. It's maple icing. And so I think that confused him, the flavors of it, but I thought it was delicious. And I don't even really like cream cheese icing. I think this is like the best of both worlds. It had the butter, it had a little bit of cream cheese, not too much of either. But this is what I'm saying, like it didn't cover all the cookies, not even close. So, I mean, I guess kind of close, but no cigar. And I actually think there was another tray in the oven. So I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure there's a bag of uniced cookies on my counter still left over. So all of the ones with icing got eaten up, gobbled, and asked for more. And I was like, sorry, I don't have any more icing. But if I had a can of the, icing from the grocery store, like what's the brand, Phillips, Pillsbury, something like that. You could use that. I'm sure it's just as fine. If you want that mapley flavor, maybe add a little bit to it. Oh my gosh, the dishwasher. Twice a day, I feel like these days I need to empty it. After dinner, and then before, like in the morning. Like in the morning, I'll empty it, and then throughout the day, we'll put some dishes in it. And then after dinner, like wash them, oh my gosh, it's never ending. The chores are never ending around here. I wake up and I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, the to-do list, let's get to it. Let's do it. That's what I say in my head. Okay, no time to scroll, no time to rest. Do you just leave the mess and rest anyway? I mean, obviously you look around my house, there's always something to do. So obviously sometimes we do that, especially at night. Oh, the other night we watched the football game. Did you catch that game? It's football season, baby. Football season is back. I don't remember who played. Chiefs and
They lost, by the way. At least I think. I'm pretty sure I fell asleep right at the last couple minutes of the game, like the 2-minute mark. But you know, the last 2 minutes of the game can be like 20 whole minutes. It was like 11:30, and I was like, this is a little ridiculous. Okay, I'm going to bed. So I'm pretty sure they lost. They were losing when I went to bed, and they played the Los Angeles Lightning Bolts, Rams. I don't even know what the team that's blue and yellow. I'm the worst. I actually forgot like quarterbacks' names again. I'm like, okay, I need a refresher. It's been a while. I was like, did they even win the Super Bowl in February? I don't think they did. I think they played in it. Anyway, the Chiefs. So, what was I even talking about? Oh, no, I don't remember. Going to bed? I don't even know. Oh, putting all the dishes away. I just leave it sometimes, especially when it's that late. I'm trying not to, and I'm trying to get in the mindset of wake up and here's your list of things to do. But like every day, do we give ourselves a break? Can we just not one day? Is that possible? When will that be possible? I have a lot of questions. But right now I'm in the season of like, okay, wake up and what's that expression? Wheels to the ground? What's that expression? I can't remember it. Something like wheels to the ground or something. I don't know. In my head, they're like screeching, you know. Anyway, with like smoke coming out of it, that's how I feel. Just there's no rest for the weary and all that good stuff. But anyway, it always feels good when I wake up to a clean kitchen. And most of the time, let's be honest, like for the past couple months, I feel like we've been staying on top of it. But every now and again, after and it depends on what we do that night for dinner too. Like how many events we have going on that night. Like, do we have games and stuff? And oh my gosh, I bet your schedule is more packed than mine. That's probably, like, what time do you get home? And when do we eat dinner? It's like 4:30 or 9:30. It's so hard. But anyway, that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out with me. Don't forget to check out ThredUp. You can use my link in the description box below to get 50% off of your first order and free shipping, which is such a screaming deal. I love ThredUp. I shop there probably way too much if I'm being honest, but I love shopping on ThredUp and always adding things to my favorites, for the woman that someday I will be. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out. If you want to subscribe, put a little happy in your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.